Okay, so welcome back to Sonic Generations.
No, shh. He's in his natural habitat.
Fuck!
Oh, he's running away from us. Now we won't get footage of him. Darn it.
Except for the part where the camera is constantly always focused on him specifically. Also, I said Sonic Generations. I meant to say Sonic Goodolutions. Just wanted to correct myself there. This game is not called Sonic Generations. It is in fact called Sonic Goodolutions. My bad.
Godiva.
Sonic Godiva chocolates. Those are delicious.
Some of them. I think some of the flavors.
This is definitely an
like
Act 2
coffee.
challenge. That's okay.
Okay. If you like coffee, unsubscribe.
What? Why?
I hate coffee.
What? You are a mean person.
I like my jokes, so whatever.
But what if people actually unsubscribe because you said that?
I mean, I don't want to be like a sellout and be like, no, please, subscribe to me.
Well,
Or
I mean, I don't either, but, like,
if
I
you
mean,
like... well, that's when Kenny pipes in and goes, well, if you like coffee, subscribe.
But...
See?
No,
It's perfect.
But, okay. I'll take your word for it.
I'm gonna tell my jokes regardless.
Okay, have fun with those. Have fun with them jokes. Also, I love how this is like the minecart challenge. That's what it's called. And it's all about using these minecarts to get to the goal. And yet you can do the entire stage without even freaking, like... without actually riding any of the minecarts anywhere.
That's nifty, I guess.
That's kind of dumb. I mean, I would say that's pretty bad, considering the entire point of the challenge is, hey, use the minecarts, and it even tells you that right up front. And then using the minecarts is irrelevant to your success, for the most part.
And you just walk off it. You're just like, I don't care. Maybe it's trying to reference the fact that like minecarts is how you get the S rank, which you have not gotten.
Yeah, I just wanted to stop for a second and point out this wonderful collision. Oh, this is beautiful, guys. Like,
What?
I can't... Game. What even is this? I can't do it. Like, I'm legitimately, that's like one of those moments where it's like, where do I go?
MLG Sonic Generations Pro!
Wait, why? What did I do?
Because you were just like, there's no endless pit here, and then just jump off like a boss.
Oh. No, I actually,
You knew that?
No, I had like an opportunity to homing attack that guy. So I jumped and
so you fell.
No, I jumped and I homing attacked him, and then he outsped me, so my homing attack ended and I fell. And I was like, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit, I'm gonna die.
And the fact
then
that
there wasn't a
you
pit.
landed on the ground made you MLG. Because
Oh, I see. So
of dying.
unintentional win is still win, and therefore MLG Pro.
Oh, I thought you actually knew that was down there, and you're like, hey guys, here's a secret.
No, not at all. I thought that was a bottomless pit and that I was gonna die.
Okay. Well, that still makes you an MLG for being able to admit you were wrong.
Anyway, now it's time for Charmy's co-op challenge, which I'm sure is just as derpy and bad as the not.
Battle.
You know what? I know exactly what Charmy's ability is.
Oh. I thought it was gonna be something that was cheating.
Yeah, honestly, like, this is definitely not cheating.
Nope.
Not at all, creating an instant platform on demand.
the next one, I mean, is gonna be the one where Tails puts you in the plane and you fly to the exit in under 10 seconds. That's gonna be the next one. Also, I like how the mechanic in this... Oh man, I'm gonna be pointing this out forever. I like how this mechanic is exactly what Mario Bros. Wii U is.
Oh yeah.
You're having fun playing Mario Bros. Wii U, only
Wait.
less friendship.
Wait a second. Okay, leave it to me. What it? What? What? Charmy? Are you okay?
What?
This is one of those unfortunate moments where you can't actually, like, you can't actually experience what the fuck is going on until this episode gets posted.
Okay.
I think Charmy might actually be saying balls some of the times that I summon him. Like, he's got 3 lines that he says when I summon him. He's got...
Leave it to balls.
He's got Sonic, leave it to me, and balls? I'm not entirely sure that he's actually saying balls, but certainly sounds like he's saying balls.
The name of this episode is now Balls.
Confirmed. The episode is now Sonic Balls, leave it to me.
Leave it to me, Sonic Balls. Sonic's balls. Leavings it's to me's.
Sonic Generation Balls.
You're an inspiration for Sonic's balls.
You're an inspiration for leave it to me.
Balls.
Yeah, like I swear he's saying balls. Is he not saying balls? Like, I really wish you could hear this right now, Taco.
I really wish I could too. Everyone in the comment section.
Oh, I just fucked that up.
Oh,
Wow.
if you
That sucks.
think balls is being said, comment yes. If
I
not,
swear.
comment yes. Balls.
Yeah, like he really... Like, there's no way he's actually intended to be saying balls. But what the fuck is he saying?
Walls. Spalls. Balls.
I mean, I guess it's possible that he's saying, like, walls or something. That might be the case, but...
But why?
Yeah.
Why would you say walls?
Like, there's no reason for him to be saying walls. So, what is he saying? That's so weird.
Balls.
Malls?
Dolls.
Falls? He could be saying falls, but
Tails.
it's like the opposite of falls, because
Tails
he's making me not
stalls.
fall. I don't know, man.
Tails stalls.
I don't know what he's saying. Also, I'm doing this in reverse. I don't know why I'm doing this specific level in reverse, but I'm doing all the Act 2 challenges before doing the Act 1.
Fuck are those?
Those are wisps. Those are the things that you save throughout
Colors?
Sonic Colors, yeah.
No, that sucks.
Yerp.
Those are spikes.
Sure is.
Man,
Those
I love
sure is spikes.
I love how they're implementing tons of Prince of Persia in this level.
Oh boy.
Did you ever play any of the Prince of Persia games?
I
I've
rented
played
Sands of
almost all of
Time once, but I never really got far into it.
Oh, I've beaten that game several times, and I own the shit out of it.
Yeah, like
By
I know
that,
it's a
I
good
own
game, but
copies.
I had like a really tough time with it, I think. I don't know what it
part
was,
of
I
did
just
you have tough time with?
really early on. I don't even remember.
Okay.
But
Because I was gonna say, there's a lot of stuff to have a tough time on. Like, battle sequences can be really hard.
I'm pretty
the
sure
fact
it was a battle sequence, but I just don't remember like what off the top of my head.
I was about to say, if it's the boss battle where you fight, also spoilers, if you haven't played this game and you
The game
really
is
wanna
like
play it.
The game is like super old.
Well, I mean, yeah, but what if somebody out there hasn't played it and they plan on playing it? Because it's on Steam and it's actually on sale right now. Go buy it.
Go buy it. I should do that.
Yeah, maybe that. I mean, it's a good PC port. It's just.
Yeah, but yeah, like I played a bit of Sands of Time and I enjoyed what I played of it, and then I got to like some combat sequence. I'm pretty sure it was just like normal enemies. I just did bad at it.
I was about to say, I bet you anything it was your dad. Because that fight is vague as hell.
Yeah, I don't think I even got to the first boss.
Yeah, which I think is your dad.
I mean, I got to the Sands of Time, obviously, and I got the Sands of Time, and I was like, oh, this is a really cool mechanic. Okay.
Oh, you mean you got the Dagger of Time?
Or no, I got the actual Sands of Time that's like just after the tutorial. Or something. I got the ability to be not time.
What do you mean?
I got the ability to like control time or whatever it is.
Which one? Freeze time, slow or rewind time?
Rewind, I think.
That's the Dagger of Time. Because the tutorial, you literally spend the entire tutorial getting the Dagger of Time.
Yeah. So yeah, I got the Dagger of Time, and then soon after that, I reached some combat sequence that I was like, I can't do this, and I just like kept rewinding, and eventually I was like, no, I'm gonna just give up on it. This is clearly not my type of game.
It's a pretty good game. I love the shit out of it. What was I gonna say? Oh, there are moments in that game that are like I encountered this one moment where okay, so you have a really hard battle sequence in the library, and you fight all the guys, and then there's actually healing stations around, and healing station is in the form of water that you drink. And then after the library, you have this huge platforming sequence, and then when that's finally done, and you're done solving the puzzle, and you have full health, there's another battle sequence, and during that battle sequence, a door locks behind you, so you have to fight the battle sequence, and then once that's over, you have a platforming section, and one of the platforming sections guarantees that you have to lose life because you take a really hard fall. So if you don't have enough life at the end of that battle, and then you save, and since there's no water, if you don't have enough life, you can get locked into you can't progress anymore.
That sounds pretty dumb.
Yeah, it actually happened to me. After the battle sequence, I had like a sliver of health because I was just that good with rewinding. I was able to keep at least one sliver of health. I got to the end, then there's this one part where I have to take a hard fall, and I would die right then and there. There was nothing that could stop it. And I tried to explore every single way I could do this without taking a fall, and it's impossible.
Ouch.
Yeah, and I was like halfway through the game. I mean, I had already beaten it, but I was still really disappointed. Like, man, I didn't think this game would have that sort of bullshit. Other than that, the game is amazing. Like, I would totally forgive that. Because, you know, I guess you pretty much just have to be careful with your life, honestly.
Yeah. God damn it, I'm bad at this. Apologies for how terrible I am at this stage. There we go, I got it.
Yay!
Cool.
Succeed.
And then I got a C, too. That was good.
Succeed.
Damn straight.
Straight damn.
Straight damn.
That is a straight damn. That damn does not look peepee.
That dam is in fact not curved.
Oh yeah. Planet Wasp.
Planet Wasp. Oh god, please. I'm afraid of those.
Rhino, please. I hate bees.
I am beyond hating them.
I have an intense bee phobia.
Same. To the point where, like, it no longer even applies to bees. If I hear buzzing from anything ever, and it sounds like a bug buzzing, I immediately freeze up and freak out, and, like, lose all muscle control.
I do that, only, I go full retard.
Yeah, no, I, like, completely, my body no longer functions. Yeah, it's pretty bad. Also, I just fucked that up royally. Oh well.
Ooh, wow, look at that view. That's a really awesome view.
It is actually a really good view. I know.
Also, I probably already asked you this, but I'm gonna ask again. Was Sonic Colors good?
Yes.
Okay.
And yes, you did ask me that.
Yeah, I think I remember, because we had, like, Sonic Colors talk at one point. So, now I'm trying to so I played Prince of Persia: Sands of Time. I played it, like, a couple years after it came out. I mean, I played it while Xbox was still a thing, before Xbox 360, but it certainly wasn't when it came out.
See, I actually played it on PS2.
Yeah, I see. I think I've already mentioned this. I didn't own Sony products for very long, if that, because, let's see, I owned a PS1, and then, I left it at a friend's house, and he decided not to be my friend anymore, so I don't have that anymore. But it lasted till, like, then, so it was really cool. PS2, I went through, like, 3 of those as a kid. Those things did not last. They didn't last at all.
I was unfortunate enough to be doomed to having slim PS2s, except the thing was, I was, like, super into Guitar Hero 2 at the time, and just rhythm gaming in general, but a lot of Guitar Hero 2, and so I was like, dude, I really want to mod Guitar Hero 2 and add, like, my own custom music to it.
With the PS2?
With the PS2. You can do that, it just requires that you case mod your PS2.
I wasn't doubting it, I was like, wow, that's pretty crazy.
But, like, I was really big into it, like, I really wanted to do it. And so I looked into it, and I was like, okay, the way that you have to do it is basically, you have to case mod your PS2 so that you can switch discs without the PS2 registering that you've switched discs.
Okay. Which is easy with a Slim.
No, it's really hard on a Slim. Because the Slim, if the disk drive is open at all, like the disk, like, flap...
It freezes.
If it's open at all, it automatically thinks you're changing discs. So, you have to have a thing that makes it so that it pretends like the disk flap is constantly closed, while you can still open the disk flap. You have to have an actually modified disk flap.
Okay.
And so I was like, okay, I'm interested enough to try this. So I started by trying to remove the disk flap. No. No, don't ever do that. The connection between the disk flap and the console, yeah, well, let's just say pulling it off doesn't work. I actually bent the disc flaps in half on 2 different PS2 Slims, just trying to pull it off.
Damn.
Yeah.
You are a stupid child.
Yep. I was pretty damn dumb.
See, I never did that, but, I did have a PlayStation Slim once, or PS2 Slim, and I actually, see, that's weird that you say that you can't do that, because I used to do that, even just, like, by opening it up.
Well,
what I used to do...
Would it, like, not register that you'd changed discs, or would it? Because that's the key, it has to not think that you've changed the disc, because if it knows you changed the disc, then it'll check the new disc, and... because the disc will not come back as a valid game, it, like, breaks it. Because basically
okay.
the way you do it is you take the
So
Guitar
when you
Hero 2
close it
files.
with the second disc.
Yeah.
I thought you were saying the moment you open it, it will register. You're changing discs. I'm gonna stop everything.
Yeah. No, what it
what
does...
I used to do is I played. I was a huge Budokai fan, and you know it's still a cool game. But I played Budokai 3 on my Slim, and what I would do is I had this hilarious thing I used to do with the Slim, where I would start up Budokai and then I'd charge up my character so that I could do my special attack. And then whenever you do a special attack in Budokai 3, you hit them and then it starts a cutscene where your character he's on one knee and he'll be like, "Let's go," or he'll say something, you know, according to the character. With Piccolo, it's something like, "I wish I was evil." You know, something.
Fuck, I just fucked this up. I'm not gonna win now.
And so you'd be on one knee, you'd say something, and then you'd fly up at them. If you open the disc while they're saying something, they'd be like, "Let's go," and then fly off, but the camera would stay where they were on the knee. So it'd be like the camera, or they just ditched the cameraman. and all of a sudden, he's just sitting there filming where they used to be, and you can see a cool breeze, like, going through the backdrop. And it felt like such a comedic moment, where it's just like, "I'm gonna fight you now!"
Yeah.
I remember it making me laugh so much, and I used to do it for fun.
Sounds pretty funny.
It is quite funny, yeah.
But yeah, so just to sort of finish like what I was saying about Guitar Hero 2 modding. So I wanted to mod Guitar Hero 2, and the way you actually have to do that is you take the original game files, you have to rip them from the CD in a DVD drive, and then write them to a new DVD-R with whatever modified song files you want added in, replacing the original songs.
Okay.
The problem is, the disc actually has like a special copy protection system, so the PS2 can tell if you just burned something onto a CDR. Like, it knows. So, so that's why you have to switch the disc out. You have to put in a legit copy of Guitar Hero 2, then switch it out without it like registering, and swap it to the modded copy after the game has started up, so that it will load.
Doing what Guitar Hero does nowadays, back then.
Yep.
That's a Kenny.
But yeah, so I tried doing that and had many horrible failures, and every time that I broke one of my PS2s, I'd be like, okay, parents, buy me a new one, and make sure it's not a Slim. And every time, they would come back with a Slim.
Because they're cheaper, of course.
The Slim is not cheaper than the fat one. Especially not, like, during the time period that was, because that was, like, fucking really soon after the Slim had come out. So it was, the Slim was the more popular and more expensive model at that point.
I owned 3 PS3, or I owned 3 PS2s, and only 2 of them were the classic, and then I owned a Slim at one point. And all of them failed. And I don't even remember the reasons. I just know they were all completely different reasons. Like, we would find out, and then we'd take precautions for that reason, and then something else would happen. You know,
that sucks.
Something, yeah. Like, apparently what happened at one point was the power cord input failed, and we knew it wasn't the power cord because I took it over to a friend's house and plugged it into his, and he's like, "Power cord's working fine." And then I take it back to my house, and I plug in the power cord, and it won't turn on.
Yeah.
And then other stuff happened that I don't remember. It's been so long. I've just had such a hard time with Sony products. Don't even get me started on how many PSPs I've gone through. Alone, I've gone through 3 PSPs in 1 year.
Wow.
But that was like 4 years ago.
That's impressive.
Yeah. And
yeah, I had, let's see, I had a PSP 1000, and then it's like, the battery lost charge, so I couldn't use it anymore, and at the time they didn't sell replacement batteries.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, well, I guess I'll get a new one, and I just got, like, a newer model. So I got a PSP 2000. The disk drive broke within, like, a year. Like, the hinges on it actually completely snapped so that it was not functional anymore. And so I was like, okay. Well,
Like, it doesn't close, or it doesn't function at all?
like, it doesn't close.
Oh, so you could have, like, taped it, and it would have been fine.
No, because it also didn't function. It wouldn't close, and it also
okay.
wouldn't function. Like, it was misaligned and broken. It just...
Oh, okay.
It was physically impossible to close it, even if you forced it closed.
And see, I went through a lot of PSPs because Monster Hunter. Like, even though they were bullshit and always breaking and being garbage, I still bought another one every time.
Yeah. But so then eventually I was like, okay, well, I guess I'll just get another new PSP. Again. So I got a PSP 3000. And I still have my PSP 3000. It still functions, except for the disk drive, which, once again, this time it's... No, this time it's not that it did the same thing. It actually is able to close properly. But what it did that's so bad is that it doesn't read discs. Like, I can put a disc in, it functions perfectly fine, but it does not read any disc that I put in. It just doesn't. So, it just is kind of like, yeah, well, I mean, GG, Sony. Thanks.
Yeah, that's why I started being a Microsoft, or buying a lot of Microsoft products versus Sony products, is because they've just given me such a hard time. And funny thing is, Microsoft products have recently been giving me a hard time. Even though Sony's older than Microsoft, it's kind of the same gig, pretty much. Because I still own my Xbox Classic. I'm looking at it right now. It's right there. It works perfectly. My only problem that I don't play it that often is because controllers are now rare to find, and I only have one, and it's a bit clunky with its buttons. Its buttons don't work as well, but it's still good. My Xbox 360 is a piece of shit. It's so bad. It's just garbage. And I've told you this, you know all about it, but my Xbox 360, luckily it hasn't Red Ring of Death or anything like that, but it's very picky. My Xbox 360 is a prima donna. It takes like an hour or two before it can finally read discs.
Yeah.
Like, I have to warm up my Xbox 360 if I want to play it. And by warm it up, I mean keep it on for about an hour and a half, preferably while playing music on it or playing other video games that are not discs.
Yeah.
Like, I have this demo of... which one is it? I don't remember, but I have a demo of one of the Metal Slugs. I just play the beginning level over and over again while listening to music. And that usually gets it running after about 45 minutes to an hour. Unless I really am pressed for time and I want it to warm up like within half an hour, I'll just open and close the disc tray over and over again. And once it starts spinning discs, it starts to warm up. So yeah, like, and then let me tell you about my Nintendo products. I've never had to replace one.
Yeah, I was actually going to mention that. So, my PSP 3000 breaking inspired me to finally just be like, okay, fine, fuck Sony, what's the Nintendo DS like? So I went and I actually looked up various articles and, like, reviews and whatnot of the Nintendo DS and the various games. And eventually I came to the conclusion that, yeah, I want a Nintendo DS. Mostly because there's this game on there that I've been looking at for a very long time called The World Ends With You that I really want to play.
Oh yeah.
Since then, I have played The World Ends With You and I fucking love that game. It is holy shit.
Yeah. See,
That one game, I bought the DS for that game, and it was totally worth it. That game is fucking great.
Here, I also have a pretty cool story. You know the Nintendo DS Classic, the first gen that only came out in 3 colors. One of those colors, which was the basic gray. You remember that Nintendo 3DS? Or I mean Nintendo DS?
Yes, I do remember that DS.
I still have it.
Nice.
Also, at my parents' house, I still have my blue Game Boy SP.
Nice.
And I would have my Advanced if I didn't trade it as a kid, but I don't know if it would still be working.
Yeah.
I still have a working 64 with 2 really good controllers. The only problem with the controllers is that you have to hold the joystick extra hard if you want to run at full speed. Everything else works on it. Everything else perfect. Buttons, they're super responsive. Everything is good.
That is pretty neato.
Yeah. It's pretty awesome. Man, I so wish I still had my SNES. I used to have a SNES growing up, and I don't even know what happened to it. It's been so long, it disappeared. I know it didn't break. I just know one day I forgot that it was not gone. One day I forgot that it wasn't sitting there, and I'm like, where'd it go? Oh, it's been gone for quite some time, huh? Yeah, it was one of those moments.
Ouch.
Which is cool. I mean, I would get another, but they're so old that I kind of wouldn't want to spend money to get something that might be broken, even though Nintendium.
Yep. Huh, okay, finally beat that challenge. That was a while. But yeah, the DS and other Nintendo products, all very worthwhile. And also the Nintendo 3DS, very worthwhile.
Oh, dude, that thing is so cool.
Yeah, like when I first heard about it, right? I was like, okay, yes, the 3D does sound kind of gimmicky, but it's still really cool. And beyond that, it's probably going to have just as good of a lineup as the DS did, because it's pretty much the same hardware aside from the 3D.
Oh,
and it has just as good of a lineup so far.
I was about to say, that brings up a really good point about Nintendo. A lot of people shit on Nintendo because of all the gimmicks it brings to the table, and yet every Nintendo product I've ever known that brings a gimmick still performs very well, while the gimmick doesn't even matter.
Yeah.
Like, okay, you've got, when the DS came out, everyone thought that the second screen was a gimmick, and it's like, implemented very well, and on half the games for the DS, the touchscreen barely even matters, and it still has good games that run well. And then you've got the 3DS that has 3D that's not important. I've never used the 3D ever for a game. I mean, one time I played a Kid Icarus level on 3D, and I was like, ugh, this doesn't make me nauseous, it just makes me not care. Like, it seems kind of the same. Like, I noticed the difference, but it's mostly just like, well, whatever.
Yeah, actually one kind of really nice thing that I've noticed with the 3D is that this is not actually related to the 3D in any way. It's just that there are examples of 3DS games that use that 3D really fucking well. One really good example of that is actually Ocarina of Time 3D. Really uses the 3D to its advantage. Like, oh my god. When I played through that game... Yeah, when I played through that game the first time, I turned on the 3D for pretty much every cutscene, and oh my god. Like, it's so obvious that this game from 20 fucking years ago was built to be viewed in 3D. Like, it really was. From the ground up, it's very obvious that even as an N64 title, it was supposed to be like, hey, look, guys, it's the first 3D Zelda game, and here's all these cool environments. And then when it's remastered on an actually 3D screen, it looks so good. It really is impressive.
Yeah.
And then another game that is also that is... One second, I just... Okay, never mind. But yeah, so another thing that's really good about it, or another game that's really good with it, is Bravely Default, which everybody's talking about it. It's a great game. I love it. Oh my god. That game uses the 3D really well, because the art style of the environments is just like this painted look. It looks really good, but it's like... I don't know, when I first saw it, I was like, yeah, I don't really know about this design decision to make the art style look like this. But then I turned on the 3D for a second and just looked at one of the environments, and I was like, wow, this is a really, like, mind-blowingly good-looking environment.
That's cool.
Yeah. Where the heck am I... How do I go down? I can't go down there, but she's down there.
She teleported? Oh, you fall right there.
Oh, that's really weird. That's
yeah,
like
right
oddly specific.
She's fucking... She best unfuck herself. Oh my... What? What? Even she doesn't know where to go!
She actually does know where to go. Away from Sonic. This is actually the Blaze battle. The point is, I need to chase her and catch her eventually.
Oh, okay, so you're not getting to an exit.
No, I'm not getting to an exit. I'm just freaking trying to race her. Or trying to just catch her. Yeah.
This seems really hard with this spike.
Yeah, it is.
It looks like it's slowing you down in the air.
The problem is there's so much terrain that you have to use the spike for.
Yeah.
There we go.
There you go. Finish.
Yeah, that one, you can actually do that really fast, but I failed to do so.
Yeah, I kind of, The World Ends With You, I kind of enjoyed that game. Like, I wouldn't give it, like, mad praise, but I would definitely call it a good game.
The main thing I think that made me like it so much is that it was the first game on the DS that I actually played. And I wasn't really, like, used to the touch controls or anything, because that was the first touch-controlled game. Yep. We're done. Challenge gate's complete.
Challenge accepted.
But yeah, it was like the first touchpad game that I've ever played. So, it was really intuitive with the way the touch controls worked.
I was about to say, that game really did the touchscreen pretty well.
Yeah, it nailed it. It was perfect. And so, it was like the perfect way for me to learn how to control touchscreen games on the 3DS. Or, not the 3DS, the DS. So, as a result, I really enjoyed it because it was like, I had fun learning the system while playing the game. And the game itself is also pretty good. So it was like a win-win there. And then that ended up helping me out enjoying Spirit Tracks because I fucking love Spirit Tracks and I found the touch controls really easy to use and overall not too much of a challenge.
Oh, I need to play Spirit Tracks. I loved Phantom Hourglass.
Yeah, most people are like, oh, fucking Spirit Tracks is bad because of touch controls. But it's not. You just have to give it a chance, bro. It's like with Wind Waker. People just need to give it a chance.
Actually, it's more like any modern Sonic game, or any late Sonic game that has come out after Ocarina, which is just, it's bad.
Oh, I love you sometimes. On that note, we're gonna end it here. So
Okay, bye.
We'll see you guys when we tackle the red rings. Goodbye.
Death.